Good. As it is now 5 o'clock, we will now call to order the regular board meeting for the Township for today, for Tuesday, June 10th, here in the board meeting room. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Adamowski.
Here.
Trustee Bibian.
Here.
Trustee Gavin.
Here.
Trustee Washington.
Here.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Here. As we're all here, we now have a quorum, so has everyone had a chance to review the agenda packets? Okay, so then our first order of business will be minutes of our previous meetings. So we have on our agenda to approve the minutes of the regular town board meeting of May 13th, 2025. We have a motion to approve the meeting minutes for the board meeting on May 13th, 2025.
So moved. Second.
And it's been motioned and seconded.
Trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Trustee Bibian.
Aye.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
And so following that, we did have a special meeting on May 23rd. So is there a motion to approve the minutes of the special town board meeting on May 23rd, 2022? It's been motioned and seconded. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Bibian.
Aye.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
So now we will open up the meeting for public comment. If there's anybody who would like to come and speak for public comment, now would be the time to do so. Okay, it's a voting.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Supervisor. Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Mary White, and this is my first time here, so I'm just glad to be here. I come to request a proclamation for Paraclete Ministries Grandparents Raising Children. And also to let Will County know that we are planning a fundraiser for July 10th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Nico's Banquets on Stryker Avenue, and that you are invited. I will leave a letter with you letting you know all about what it's all about and everything, so that if you could help us in any way. And then the proclamation, and then I would also like for you to foster a relationship with you concerning our grandparents raising children. Thank you.
Thank you. Good. So I think this is certainly in line with the goals of the township, so we'll be in touch with you. We'll follow. Anyone else who would like to speak under public comment?
Hello everyone, my name is Teresa Johnson, and I am here on behalf of my husband Luther Johnson, who is the founder of History on Wheels and the soon-to-be African Descendants Military and Historical Museum in Joliet. He asked me to come to the meeting today because he is at work, but he wanted to thank the township for the support that they've shown and all of the community. Everybody's been so wonderful and so helpful and sending us messages and things of that sort. And he asked that I give the trustee pictures from our groundbreaking last, year this time, so that is for you. And to let the community know that we are, planning a grand opening. We got a little behind, as you usually do with, projects like this, so if you follow our, social media, you'll see the updates as they come. So thank you so much.
Thank you. We're all very much looking forward to having the museum open. It's been a project that I've been kind of following since the beginning. Since my time on the council, so definitely excited to see that progress. Anybody else that would like to speak under public comment?
Good evening. I'm Pastor Cece Jackson. I'm the pastor at Joshua Arms. The ministry is Joshua Soldiers, and I am here as the president of the activities committee there at Joshua Arms, and they wanted me to come and ask when could we request or apply for a grant so that we could begin to have activities and fund activities, and to be able to take our seniors, because it's a senior home, and to take our seniors out, to be able to do things like have picnics and things like that, to be able to fund those types of things, because Joshua Arms is not able to fund those things. And so we, as an activity committee, have to be able to fund those things ourselves. And so I just came to ask the question, when would we be able to apply for a grant? Thank you.
Can I have your name one more time?
Pastor Cece, 2 C's,
Mm-hmm.
Jackson. Thank you.
And if you don't mind getting in contact with the pastor and sharing the details of the grant application.
Will do.
Thank you. Anyone else that would like to come and speak under public comment, now would be the time. Once, twice. Seeing none, then we will continue on with new business. First on our list here is a proclamation for June as Pride Month. The proclamation here, so I'll read it into the record. A proclamation for LGBTQIA+ Pride Month 2025. Whereas Joliet Township government would like to officially recognize June as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersex, asexual, LGBTQIA+ Pride Month, to acknowledge and celebrate the history of those who have made and continue to make valuable contributions in our society, and in ensuring progress and lasting equality for LGBTQIA+ individuals. Whereas June will act as a time of remembrance to honor the historic and revolutionary events that occurred at the Stonewall Inn in June 1969, which laid the foundation for the ongoing equality movement in regards to the LGBTQIA+ community. This month will serve as a time of personal reflection for the LGBTQIA+ community and their allies towards the effort, sacrifices, and victories of those individuals. Whereas June will be a time of celebration for the LGBTQIA+ community at Joliet Township government for the progress made since Stonewall, and the resilience and determination of the individuals in the LGBTQIA+ community, for their continued efforts to raise awareness in regards to the needs of the LGBTQIA+ community and create improvement. Whereas during LGBTQIA+ Pride Month, we state our promise to uphold the freedom, dignity, and self-esteem of all individuals within this community, and promise to dedicate ourselves to protecting them against all forms of discrimination, oppression, and hatred. LGBTQIA+ Pride Month reiterates that LGBTQIA+ rights are human rights, and Joliet Township government stands with and will continue to support this community to accept nothing less than full equality. Now therefore be resolved that the Joliet Township government does hereby recognize and honor June as LGBTQIA+ Pride Month, adopted this day, 10th of June 2025. We have a motion and a second to approve the proclamation?
So. Second.
And motion and second, Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Trustee Vivian. Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Now we have a second proclamation for this month of June. This proclamation is for Juneteenth, 2025. Whereas Juneteenth is the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the ending of chattel slavery in the United States, and whereas on June 19th, 1865, Union soldiers led by Major General Gordon Granger landed at Galveston, Texas with news that the war had ended and that the remaining enslaved black people in Texas were now free. Nearly 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation and 2 months after the end of the Civil War. And whereas while these words created a legal means to continue the fight for equality, equality remained a distant reality. Whereas the observance of Juneteenth is about the journey of Black Americans from a horrific period of enslavement to blessed freedom, whereas today we celebrate incremental progress with this resolution, recognizing and celebrating the moment when emancipation reached the last enslaved part of the Confederacy in Texas, and whereas Juneteenth celebrates resilience and determination that will always be of historical and spiritual significance. Whereas we honor those who have come before us, we remember those who have lost their lives, and we continue the work of those who have collectively paved the way towards a more just society. Whereas we pay tribute to this journey and we acknowledge the many roles and contributions of the Black community to this country, and whereas Joliet Township government celebrates Juneteenth and celebrates the freedom of our Black sisters and brothers, now therefore be resolved, Joliet Township government hereby recognizes and designates the 19th of June as Juneteenth Day, adopted this day, 10th of June, 2025. Is there a motion and a second to approve this proclamation?
So moved.
Second.
Good. It's been, who wants to take the second? So it's been motion and seconded, motion by Trustee Washington and a second by Trustee Vivian. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Trustee Vivian. Trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Moving on, then we will continue with our new business. We have here, it's our next item, to adopt rules and regulations for FOIA requests and designating FOIA officers. This will be ordinance number 410-2025. This for everybody's had a chance to read through the agenda packet. For anybody here in our audience, this is just something that we have to update as we have a new board. And so we will be designating our township clerk as our primary designated FOIA officer in the event that the clerk will be unavailable due to an absence or some other circumstances. We have as alternates anybody filling the role of deputy clerk. At this moment, we do not have a deputy clerk, but if in the future that role is filled, they would act as an alternate. We would also designate the supervisor and the executive assistant as alternates to comply with our FOIA requirements. So, is there a motion and a second to adopt rules and regulations for FOIA requests designating FOIA officers?
So moved.
Second.
It's been motion and seconded. Call the roll.
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Vivian. Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
So our next two items are with regards to updates to our internal policies and making changes to our employee handbooks. The first is to approve a Joliet Township government prohibition of political conversations policy. This is simply to bring us in line with Illinois law that is already in effect. Relevant laws being the Illinois Public Officer Prohibited Activities, the Illinois Governmental Ethics Act, and the Illinois Human Rights Act. So effectively, we want to ensure that Joliet Township government as a governmental office remains unbiased, neutral, and professional. We are here to comply with our responsibilities as a governmental office. And so we want to just make sure that our employee handbook reflects that and is in line with Illinois law. So, are there any questions regarding this item? Is there a motion and a second to approve prohibitions of political conversations as a policy?
So moved. Second.
It's been motion and seconded. Madam Clerk?
Trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Trustee Vivian.
Aye.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Then our next item is continuing with internal policies and updates to our employee manual. This is to approve a Joliet Township Government Risk Management Policy. Are there any questions regarding this item? Here, if anybody's hasn't had a chance to read through this, again, this is just as a best practice to mitigate risk, so the different departments will do an assessment to ensure that we're being proactive, taking steps towards mitigating risk, whether it be with personnel, with our different assets here throughout the different departments. So, is there a motion and a second to approve Joliet Township Government Risk Management Policy?
Second.
I believe it's motion made by Trustee Vivian, second by Trustee Washington.
Trustee Vivian.
Aye.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Continuing on, we'll be looking at some community grants. The first item on our list here is to approve community grants with the Greater Joliet Area YMCA. Any questions regarding this item?
I do have a question regarding voting, but we can do that for the first and second.
And is there a motion and a second to approve community grants for the Greater Joliet Area YMCA?
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded.
I do have a
And,
question.
before we call the roll?
Yes. I do serve on that board, so though I don't think it's a conflict of interest, I just wanna know if it's still appropriate for me to vote. One way or
It
another.
would probably be best to abstain, just to be safe.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Trustee Adamowski. So, Madam Clerk, do you have that noted?
Yes.
And is there any further questions or any other further discussion on this item? Then Madam Clerk, if you could please call the roll.
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Trustee Vivian.
Aye.
And then Trustee Adamowski abstains. Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Then, our next item is,
Excuse me, that's a point of order. Adamowski actually has to stay abstain himself. Someone else cannot do it for him. Please.
If you wanna recall me, yeah, fine.
That's fine. We can do it again.
we could, that's,
It's just the rules.
sure.
If we're gonna do it, let's do it right.
Okay, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll again?
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Trustee Vivian.
Aye.
Trustee Adamowski.
Abstain.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Thank you.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
On to our next item on the agenda is to review community grants. This includes grants for After the Peanut not-for-profit and Blueprint Agency not-for-profit. Has everyone had a chance to review these items? Any questions regarding these? So, we have a motion and a second to review community grants for After the Peanut not-for-profit and Blueprint Agency not-for-profit.
So moved. Second.
It's been motion and second.
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Vivian.
Aye.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
next item, I believe, Ms. Cooper was, unavailable to attend at this moment, so I will ask
Make a motion to table that until,
to the following special meeting
yes.
on June 24th. Okay, so, trustee Gavin has made a motion to table.
I will second that.
It's been motioned and seconded. Madam Clerk, if you could call the roll, please.
Trustee Gavin,
Aye.
trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Vivian,
Aye.
trustee Washington,
Aye.
supervisor Guerrero,
Aye.
motion
Yeah, motion tabled.
motion tabled.
Okay, so this item has been tabled to our, special meeting on June 24th. That concludes items for new business. We will continue on with reports. We can see if everyone is here. We have, Jacqueline Smith, Transportation, our lead transportation coordinator.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have a very small report today. Transportation Department, we ran seamless as usual. We completed about 761 trips for the month of May. Everything was pretty well over there, so I don't have anything to report as of right now. I will have more for June, because June's been busy already. Any questions? No? Thank you.
Thank you. We wanted to go left, right, straight down the columns. We have next our General Assistance Director, Patricia Benziano.
I'd like to start out by welcoming our new board members. And tonight I would like to give you a quick overview of the duties of the General Assistance Department. The staff of the General Assistance Department consists of Alejandra, who's our bilingual caseworker, Sue, who is our medical caseworker, and Jesse, who's our workfare investigator, and of course myself, I'm the General Assistance Director. The General Assistance Department primarily provides financial assistance to households for the payment of rent, utility disconnects, and vehicle repairs. We have two programs for this, the first one being general assistance, which is for adult households with no income and no children. We also have emergency assistance, which is for adult households that have children. Jesse aids our clients in the creation of resumes, work search, work fair around the township building, and personal guidance. Sue runs our medical loan closet in addition to her regular duties. We loan durable medical equipment such as wheelchairs, walkers, canes, transport chairs, knee scooters, commodes, adult diapers, and a variety of other items that may be donated to us. Sue will take anything in as a donation, and she ensures that all donations find their proper home. So at times we'll get things that we don't necessarily have use for, but we find other uses for them. Alejandra's our primary outreach person in addition to her regular duties. She also coordinates our monthly LIHEAP outreach at the office, as well as ensuring that our community partners know what programs and assistance we have via email outreaches. We issue temporary handicap placards, which are good for 6 months. This is a 5-minute process at our office rather than standing in line at the DMV. Our final offering is our VITA program, which prepares income taxes for taxpayers that earn less than $65,000 a year, or for seniors, and seniors who have no limit on their income. We partner with Will County Center for Community Concerns on this program, and for the 2024 filing season, we filed 783 tax returns. We keep our site open year-round for those last-minute folks and the stragglers, and believe it or not, I'm still preparing returns because we've got stragglers. The GA department is the face of the township as we rotate, taking turns working the front desk. We have 2 notaries in our department, and they also provide notary services. As far as what we've done this month, Alejandra and Sue represented the township at the Hogs and Dogs event at Animal Control and at the grand opening of the Recovery Community Center of Joliet. Our next LIHEAP outreach will be here on June 18th, and that'll be from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. Other than that, it's just business as usual for us.
Next, we would have our animal control director, Ms. Whitney McGill. She's unavailable at this moment, and so we will continue on with our finance director, Ivan Diaz.
So what we're doing, Ivan Diaz, finance director. Only have a couple updates. We will be updating our tentative budget. There's a couple contracts that we've been looking at and updating, so I'll get that posted and notify you guys of changes. The second, our auditor, John, over at Guest Smith, Michael Esco, reached out to me. His site visits usually in May, but he's gonna do it end of June. He's been a little busy with that administration work, so we push it back a little bit. End of June, he comes in 2 days. Audit doesn't really finish till about September. And this is his initial visit, 2 days. Yeah, that's really it. Anybody got any questions? All right, thank you.
Next, we'll have our highway commissioner, Vincent Alessu.
Pat always steals my thunder, but welcome to everybody on the board. For the last month, we've really been kicking up our lawn mowing and I shouldn't say lawn mowing, but mowing obviously our property. And we've been picking up a ton of garbage, making sure the drains are cleared out. We have been, it ends up being, other than plow season, it's our busiest time of year. We've taken care of a few culverts. We're gonna be blacktopping them next week, which is something now, just to kind of expand on that a little bit. When I first came in as the highway commissioner, we were contracting out. When we would culvert, we'd contract that out. We'd blacktop over the culvert. Now we've made a few purchases. We're doing that all in-house. It's saving us some money on that. And it's also just, I think, to take pride and to do things ourselves is a good thing. So I'm excited about that, to be honest. We've been doing pothole filling. There's a few, there's 2 things that I've counted as emergencies that we're gonna do. One is a sinkhole on Lewis. I haven't got a price for that, but we will be fixing a large sinkhole on Lewis. And there is something that I'm working with Representative Walsh's office. There's a portion of a road that's kind of been not taken care of by the state or us, but we are gonna work together on that. So that's something that we're trying to do. Obviously, when we could come in and help out, make sure the whole community is taken care of, that's something we're looking to do. I don't know if it's something to announce, but we are gonna get $100,000 in constituent funds from the state of Illinois this year, thanks to Representative Walsh. So that's gonna go right into our budget. That's something that we can use. We'll put right into the roads. So we'll count on that. However, it might not be immediately available, but we're gonna put it into our budget. Other than that, we could get more specifics about the budget at the special meeting. I do want to make note that we have, last year, we did a complete remodel of the interior of the road district office there, and we are planning on changing the entrance fence to make it more applicable for what we do, so the guys could come in without having to have a remote. A few different updates. So we're updating our property, continually. We've had some purchases that go into that as well recently, which we had to save on last year's budget, so we've gone about spending some money just to continue finishing that up, because it kind of was like talk more specifics at the meeting, special meeting, but, other than that, I don't know if I have anything else. You guys have any questions?
Thanks for taking care of the tree.
Oh, okay, yeah. All righty, very good. Thank you, guys.
Next, we'll have our tax assessor, James Franceschi.
Very nice to see you all. So Friday is a big day for us because we are working feverishly this week to finish up all our assessments. Because as of Friday, we kind of lose control of the assessments. They go to the county and then the county does their thing. They'll send out notices of people that we've raised, and then come right after that, they'll start the hearing season where people have a right to question the assessment to see if it's correct. It's been a great year so far. Everything's been going smooth, so I guess that's all you can ask. Any questions?
I did have a couple of residents come in just after 4 o'clock, so we had just closed our office,
Oh.
but I took their info, I'll
Good, okay.
communicate them with
Yeah.
you and, have them schedule an appointment.
Sounds good.
Right.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Next, our Director of Human Resources, Holmes.
I always give a report, you guys.
So I know we give out a lot of information and retain it, be interesting, so, first of all, welcome, to Joliet Township, glad to have you. My report today is, number one, is policy updates, for Joliet Township government prohibiting political conversation policy. This proposed policy aims to foster an inclusive and focused work environment by prohibiting political discussions that may lead to discord amongst employees. By maintaining neutrality within the workplace, we aim to ensure a culture of respect and professionalism that benefits all staff members and enhance overall productivity. So what this really means is we shouldn't have those conversations on working hours, that's it. Okay, and then the Joliet Township Government Risk Management Policy. This policy underscores the importance of identifying, evaluating, and mitigating risk across township operations. It will serve as a foundation for safeguarding employees, residents, and township resources while promoting a culture of safety and accountability. You can read the rest. Overall, as the HR director for township, my job is to keep the employees safe and also maintaining the integrity of our policies. And so I'm support to every department in township. So with risk management, some things come up. We have learned a lot this past year and a half that I've been there. So this has caused that we need something in place so that we can hold people accountable. All right. And then now, the second part, we have open positions with animal control. They're looking for 3 part-time kennel techs, really for the weekend, and an on-call animal control officer. So there has been a lot of interviews, a lot of people are interested, but it takes a special kind of person to work in animal control. And if they was here, they'd tease me because I'm not really an animal person. However, I'm a people person, so I want them to be safe. And we need the right kind of people in those positions that have a passion for animals as well as being safe with the animals. Another thing, remember I said I keep employees safe. So with that being said, we have a safety training with our insurance, which is Torma. They'll be coming in to do a general township safety training on Wednesday the 18th. And that'll be held in our conference room. And then animal control will have their own safety training with Torma on the following Wednesday at animal control. And both of them are facilitated by Sean Richardson. He is the manager in the field. And this is handling safety, animal behavior, and risk management during field work. And that attendance is mandatory because we need these safeguards in place. So the implementation of the proposed policies, as mentioned earlier, and thank you for approving those, they'll go into our updated handbook by next quarter. It reflects our continuing efforts to enhance work environment, prioritize safety, and maintain operational efficiency. I look forward to the board's feedback and approval to move forward with any critical updates that you may have that could benefit the employees of Township. Any questions for me? I covered everything.
Yeah, just for our open positions, if anybody's interested or anybody's watching, where would they find this?
Oh, indeed. So the reason why there's no application on our website, because we run the risk of somebody can hack our, stuff. So it's better if you go on Indeed, and we have it out there, and anybody can apply. If you know anybody, have them apply, and we get back with them within 24 to 48 hours, and it's in the messages. So we really want to fill these positions, and yeah.
Good.
Anything else?
Thank
Oh,
you.
y'all great, thanks.
Continuing on, we would have our senior liaison, Mr. Jeff Wallace.
Well, how everybody doing?
Good. How you doing?
Nice to be back. I miss all you guys. What I do, I usually go to 8 to 10 senior meetings a month. They're usually a couple hours each one. What I do is this past month, I've been passing out the flyers for our senior ride share for seniors and disabled. And we're talking about, we bought the Forest Park Community Center. And right now we're working the transportation part of it out of there. Hopefully it'll be turned into a food pantry. That's our goal. Couple residents called me about some health issues and where they could go. My first on the list is to call here, senior services down here, assistance. Senior services on center, Will County for community concerns, and Catholic Charities. And I give them the number of each one of those facilities. I hope that solves the problem. At these meetings, Caesar got a chance to come to one, but he never had a chance to speak, but we'll take care of that later. So all you guys are welcome to come to my senior meetings that I go to. We just need a couple of days heads up, so they have a head count for the food that's gonna be served. And I just can't go ahead and, let's say, if you wanna come this Thursday, I'd have to call up the president, because sometimes they have entertainment. So they don't have room for a speaker. And we want somebody that's gonna come, give a chance to him. He got shut out, I almost got shut out, so we'll take care of this. So anybody that wants to come, you got a list of all the meetings I'm gonna be going to between now and the next board meeting. You got my card, call me if you wanna come to one. St. Joe's and Senior Service Center, my two biggest groups, meet at St. Joe's Park. This Thursday is the Senior Citizens Association, President Chuck Corso. He'll probably have 125 people there. St. Joe's, they'll probably have 90 there, the following Wednesday. Now they'll have, St. Joe's Seniors is having they're not gonna meet in July, but they have their annual steak fry in August, which is the third Wednesday. It's $12. But I have to pay the money by next Wednesday, because they don't meet in July. So if you're interested, just let Anna know, she'll get a hold. And things that I talk about is, if I hear not necessarily an issue, but a topic come up with a senior group, besides what we do. I try to relate that thing that they discussed to my other senior groups. I just pass it on. I think if it's good for their group, I tell them. City of Joliet had a couple things going on that takes care of all the township residents that they didn't know about. Water rate discount for seniors. One thing they made very difficult this year at City Hall, you used to be able for your snow plowing, you used to be able to just go over on Center Street, sign your name, and that was it. You would get something in the mail about 2 or 3 weeks later from the city. That don't happen no more. So when I called seniors for myself, well, the city said, they never contacted us. Shut that off, man, I'm sorry. So I called City Hall about this issue. They said they didn't send it. They didn't get a hold of them. So they're both saying, basically, it's the other guy's fault. So now, you have to make an appointment at City Hall to fill out the form and sign it. You have to make an appointment. And it's tough for seniors to get down there. Or they don't even know how to use a computer. You know what I'm saying? So every time, like I'm almost done passing out the senior services, senior rideshare program, then I'll start passing out flyers with all of our services on it. I've learned after doing this for so many years that if you hand out 2 or 3 flyers for something, they don't really pay much attention, where if you got one to focus on. So when this is done, I'll start with the services. And now maybe after that, I'll go to the what do you call it, temporary package for handicapped people. Pass those out. So I just type, rotate everything in and out. If you have any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
Are these the 7 senior groups that are listed here? Are those the?
Those groups are all senior groups.
Okay.
That I go to the ones that we support, which is between 8 and 10. Some people take off in the summer, or they meet every other month. But normally it's around 8. Some are at night, some are in the afternoon. But if you want to go, just call me. To any one of these meetings. They'd love to have you, I believe. Rich Chernovic, who is the president of St. Joe's Seniors, I never thought he would let this one speaker speak so long. That's why he didn't get a chance to talk. I barely got a word in before they started on the board giving their report. I said, he'll be back.
But the spaghetti was good.
Yeah, the food was good. So, if there's no questions, thanks for having me.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Up next, we have a report from our clerk.
Hi, everyone. So, since starting a couple weeks ago, I've been learning about the different departments and gaining a deeper understanding of my role in the township. I completed 4 Township of Illinois for TOI trainings, and then I completed my FOIA training yesterday. So I'm just now getting started on my first FOIA request that I got today. And other than that, I've been filing documents and then completing tasks related to like the special and regular board meetings that we've been having. So that's all. Any questions? No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And a bit here already. We've heard from all of our different department heads. So we're gonna wanna thank everybody. It's been a very busy first 3 weeks here. We've definitely hit the ground running, and none of this would be possible without the support of our staff. Special shout outs to our administrative team. So Ivan, met with him day one, and immediately we had to start working on getting our annual budget approved. And so that was, that filled up about the whole first week there. So, many thanks to Ivan. We've made changes to our policy books with our Director of Human Services, Erica, so thank you for that. And Anna, you have been my rock during this first month in office here. I don't think any of this would be happening. You keep the trains running on time and everything, kind of keeping smooth. So just a few highlights. We were able to be joined by the Joliet Pride Network this past Friday, and so if you saw it on the way in, we do have the Pride flag hanging outside. Despite some difficulties with weather that wasn't cooperating with us, it is flying high now, and so it's nice to see that here outside of our hall. Other than that, we have been just moving forward with keeping all of our programs afloat. We will be calling to order a special meeting on June 24th to approve said budget that we've been working on. And then I do want to take a moment to recognize there was unfortunately a bit of a tragedy here in our community, just down the block from us, with the untimely passing of Manny Perez, who was just 13 years old. So this highlights the importance of some of the programs that we offer here at Joliet Township. So without getting into too much detail, we have been collaborating with partner agencies throughout the community who have been in contact with the family, offering services to them. And so this is something that we're going to be following up with and continuing to support the family in their time of need. Other than that, again, I just want to say one more time, thank you for all of the staff here who have been, really just keeping things running smoothly. Grateful to have this opportunity, and really looking forward to continue working with you all. So I'll bring you guys donuts.
Fruit?
We can do, yeah, we can do that. We'll put in a request, and we'll keep it. And we will continue on with our last few items on our agenda. Next would be the approval of receipts. And for our trustees here, that begins on page 97 of the agenda packet. The remainder of the agenda packet is mostly constituted from our receipts and expenditures here. It is lengthy, so I hope everybody's had a chance to look through those. Again, we had our finance director, Ivan Diaz, come up earlier. So if there are no questions regarding receipts, then I would ask if there is a motion to approve the receipts.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Vivian. Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Next, we will have now approval of expenditures, bills, broken down by category, so I'll be asking if there's a motion for each. Is there a motion to approve the expenditures and bills for general town?
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded.
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Trustee Vivian. Trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Well, we go right along. Is there a motion to approve the expenditures and bills of our capital fund?
So moved. Second.
It's been motioned and seconded.
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Vivian. Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
And general assistance, there a motion to approve the expenditures of general assistance?
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded.
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Trustee Vivian.
Aye.
Trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
And continuing on, is there a motion to approve the expenditures and bills for roads and bridges?
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Vivian.
Aye.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Next up, we have animal control. Is there a motion to approve the expenditures for animal control?
So moved. Second.
So was that, who made the motion? Okay, so it's motioned by trustee Vivian, seconded by trustee Gavin. Just call the roll.
Trustee Vivian.
Aye.
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
And finally, is there a motion to approve the expenditures and bills for our senior fund?
So moved. Second.
I think that was trustee Washington made the motion and a second by trustee Gavin.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Vivian.
Aye.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
That would be a final item on our agenda, and so is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Do we have a, let's pause for a second, do we have questions? Are we good?
Can somebody call for a point of order, and then I'd like to discuss?
Point of order.
Good.
Oh, yeah, so rescind the vote now. I rescind my motion to adjourn. Yes.
Who's gonna make a motion to rescind the adjournment?
Yes.
Yeah, he has.
So there was a motion to rescind the motion for adjournment.
Was it by the movement? By whoever moved for
Yes,
adjournment?
yeah. Good. And then, so,
Who was the second?
okay, it's been motioned and seconded to rescind the, motion to adjourn. So, our meeting is still open. Now, then, we have a motion to
Make a motion to rescind the tabling of
the appointment.
appointment of Megan Cooper as tax collector.
Second.
Good. So, we need a vote now for this.
Yeah. Second, and then vote on the decision, and then it's back on the table, and then you can vote up or down.
Perfect, okay. So, it's been motioned and seconded to rescind the tabling of our agenda item to appoint, Megan Cooper as Joliet Township Tax Collector. So, clerk, call the roll to rescind that motion for tabling.
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Vivian.
Aye.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, so with our meeting still open then, and having the tabling, of this agenda item rescinded, now it's now up for reconsideration. Is there a motion now to approve the appointment for Megan Cooper as the Joliet Township Tax Collector?
So moved.
Second.
Good. It has been motioned by trustee Gavin and seconded by trustee Adamowski. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Trustee Gavin.
Aye.
Trustee Adamowski.
Aye.
Trustee Vivian.
Aye.
Trustee Washington.
Aye.
Supervisor Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, and with that, then we will accept the appointment for Megan Cooper as Joliet Township Tax Collector. She is seated here in the back. If you would please come to the front, and we will administer the oath. The podium, actually, that's, yeah.
And if you can repeat after
have been appointed to the office of tax collector
in the Township of Joliet
in the Township of Joliet
and the County of Will,
in the County of Will,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
of Joliet Township Collector
of Joliet Township Collector
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
So,
Yeah.
with that in order, now
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
it has been motion and second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Seeing none? Meeting adjourned at 5:57.